Hello and welcome to my channel. It's story time. And who is it about today? You've guessed. It's Ronald the church mouse. Today it's a bit different. It's Ronald and the stained glass window. Let's see what this one's about. Ronald's next project was to design a new stained glass window for the big cathedral. The window at the end was cracked and it was time for a new one. So who better to design it than Ronald? People knew what wonderful crosses Ronald had designed already and wanted him to do them a special window picture. Ronald felt honoured, pleased to be asked. It was a big job, but one he looked forward to completing, as the window would last for many, many years to come. Ronald set about the design. One of the things he did was to take lots of photos of the cathedral so that he could get an idea of the size of the project and a feel of what might look best in the window. The other thing he did was to sit in prayer and ask God for his help with this project. He put his hands together and he sat in the church quietly. Soon the ideas began to flow, and Ronald wrote them down in his notebook that he always kept by his side. Ronald had lots of ideas, and if he didn't write them down, he thought his head might burst. Then he sat in his workshop. Let's find you a picture of his workshop. There we go. This is Ronald's workshop. So he sat in his workshop day in, day out, and he also made a daily visit to the cathedral. And then he went to the church to pray until he finally came up with the design he wanted. That's it, he thought. Now it was time to get started. What will I need? Paint would be a good start, as it was so off to the paint shop again after he'd looked around his workshop and found he didn't have any paint lying around. Into his van he got and off he went. Ronald liked the paint shop, as they sold lots of other things as well as paint. He liked a good look around whenever he could. The next job was to start to paint the window. First of all, we put sheets around the floor, as he didn't want to drip any paint on the nice wooden floors. As he started to paint, the new piece of glass he had to be very careful with, because it'd be broken at any time, and he didn't want that to happen. The window would have been too difficult to paint when it was in its window frame. It was so high up, and Ronald was not very tall, not even on a ladder. Once the window was finished and the paint was dry, it was time to put it in the hole where the window was to fit. Scaffolding was put up inside and out to help the workmen install the window. Ronald was starting to worry that his new window would never make it into its new home without breaking. But he needn't have worried. The workmen knew exactly what they were doing and got it back in place in no time at all. Ronald could breathe a sigh of relief. Again, Ronald had done a wonderful job, and the people from miles around came to admire the new cathedral stained glass window. It made such a difference. Where the broken old dark window had once been, now it was bright and shiny, and a wonderful picture of many crosses for all to see. It also let the light shine in, and when the sun was fully out, it shone right through the middle of the cathedral. I hope you've enjoyed today's story. Do give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Plenty more of Ronald to come, more of his adventures. Bye-bye.